Are we really doing this again? Do I really have to explain to people the Tradwife grift again? Every once in a while, the mainstream media continues to will pump out these articles talking about Tradwives are taking back over. Tradwives are going to be a thing. And then you look at the content, and it's basically like kink role play for the most part. Now, there is absolutely, positively nothing wrong with, a woman wanting to be a stay-at-home mom or just a stay-at-home wife. If you can financially afford to do so, 100% support you doing that. More power to you, sister. That said, there's a difference between that and then creating an entire brand and TikTok and YouTube channel and do media tours and press tours and sell merch and stuff. It's a grift. It's a grift. Okay. And every time the mainstream media either knows it and pushes it anyway, or is too stupid to know any better. Now, probably the best known grift, housewife or whatever, Tradwife, is this SDC Williams. I couldn't possibly figure out why they're popular. If only I could figure out maybe one or two reasons why they're so popular on the platform. I don't know if maybe just one or two reasons. I can't really, maybe if I zoom in more, will I see them? Okay, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but this is essentially role play. It's a kink. It's meant to grift. It gets people mad. All this kind of stuff. Tradwife is my absolute dream. Then you see this article. Woman sparks debate over traditional wife lifestyle in viral videos. I serve my husband. If you were serving your husband, you wouldn't be putting it all on social media for clout. If you want to be real. My definition of a tradwife is not a woman that puts on makeup for strangers. My definition of a tradwife is not a woman that puts makeup on and films herself to impress strangers on the internet. That's not being a tradwife. If you're living to serve your husband, why are you trying to impress other men on the internet? A woman who posts viral TikTok videos about traditional wife lifestyles have sparked debate online about gender roles, feminism, and equality. SD Williams began posting videos in March 2022 to her account, which has amassed millions of views. And by the way, fine, good for her, but it's a grift. All right. Tradwives are a newly coined term for traditional wives, is a subculture of housewives who believe in clear gender roles, the importance of homemaking and patriarchal marriage, according to many women who self-identify as tradwives. Are these women also all running TikTok accounts talking about it? And doing brand accounts talking about where they got their dress from? Who could possibly figure out?
What is it?
Who could possibly figure out why this woman is popular? Who could possibly figure it out? Tradwives are women who honor femininity, care for their husbands, children, and family, and value the state of the home that they do more than they do a yearly salary, yet are not subservient, according to the Darling Academy, a British website. In one video that has 1.2 million views, Williams offers tips on how to become a traditional wife, telling her followers to implement ultra-traditional gender roles. God designed two genders for different purposes, she said in the clip. This is the only box I believe you have to fit into when becoming a tradwife. I serve my husband, she said in another clip. Cool, great. It's a fetish for most of these. Let's just be honest. Of course feminists hate it. Of course feminists hate it. Of course they do. The idea that a woman could be happy without going to 5 years of college and being buried in student debt and all this other nonsense, of course feminists hate it. It destroys their entire grift. Williams urges women to date seriously and only consider people whom they would like to marry. Otherwise, they are wasting time and embracing a woke mentality. Okay, I'm coming around to this. In another video called Why Tradwife Content is Suddenly Blowing Up, Williams said the trend is gaining popularity because modern culture is solely trying to blur the distinction between men and women. She added that having two financial providers in the home is becoming more common, and a whole generation of women are getting burnt out in their careers. Also based and true. She also said processed food is leading women to look from made from scratch recipes and basic housemaking skills being taught to young girls have skipped a generation. Therefore, women are hungry to learn these skills. Her videos have been met with both praise and condemnation. Why? Homemaking over hustle culture. Criticism claims TikTok viral Tradwife movement romanticizes sexism. I mean, let's be honest. This could be the cover of a prawn. You know, this chick has an OnlyFans, almost certainly. Right? I mean, come on. Now, the reason that, women, this is just role play for a lot of these women, and that's fine. Okay. But the reason, the feminist meltdown is also absolutely hilarious to me. Donning elaborate dresses, fastening an apron around their waist, and popping in their finest pearl earrings, or at least some imitation pearls, for around the house, household chores, cooking, and more. Young women are following the footsteps of the quintessential mid-century housewife thanks to the latest TikTok trend. Wrong. They're just pretending. They're just pretending. Real tradwives aren't putting it on TikTok. Okay? I just say. While some women are eager to shirk all the hustle and bustle of today's corporate world and channel Barbara Billingsley as June Cleaver, others are none too happy with the trend. The new trend for submissive women has a dark heart and history, reads one of the headlines from The Guardian. An article from Hyperbay slapped the videos as disturbing, writing, they typically feature cis, straight white women longing for the 50s, an era where some women could opt out and participate in corporate working world and stay-at-home mothers instead. Well, what's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that at all. That's totally fine. Completely fine. But come on. The TikTok, it's a grift on TikTok. But it's also hilarious because it pisses off the right people. So I don't know what to do. Should I be calling this out? I don't know. A third from Grazia magazine accused the trend of romanticizing an era when sexism and racism ruled. But those following the trend tell a different story. A trad wife, short for traditional wife, according to TikToker Esty Williams, again, who keeps getting all this promotion, but definitely is concerned about pleasing her husband, not getting famous. A woman who prefers to take traditional blah, 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 while these women channel the structure of stereotypical 50s household in which the husband goes to work while their wives stay at home to cook, clean, and care for kids. Those behind the trend say it's so much more, particularly in the age of burnout, struggles to maintain work-life balances. It doesn't mean we're trying to take away what women fought for, Williams said in a TikTok video from September. There's a lot of people trying to make this a sinister thing or put some other darker meaning behind the term tradwife. Nobody's doing that. No tradwife TikToker is saying every woman's place is in the home. We as individuals are just choosing to be homemakers. That's all. She also said in a September TikTok, argued that those behind the lifestyle don't see women as less than important than men just because they're submissive to their husbands. Well, she's not wrong about kind of the woke culture, right? But this is, look at the eyebrows. She spends a lot of money getting her eyebrows done. She spends a lot of money on makeup. She spends money on fancy dresses. She links oftentimes to the maker of the dress, which means it's probably an ad.
A traditional wife. Number one, embracing.
Being a traditional wife is not putting all this makeup on and getting all dressed up to make TikToks. That's Tradwife's my dream. Then after 15 years of marriage, the husband leaves you. One income's not enough. It can be. You just have to be smart with your money. There's nothing wrong. And you see, I'm sorry you get so much intolerance. I'm a trad wife too. Love you. Oh yeah. Oh, look at another person with a TikTok selling their trad lifestyle. Although most of their points are not. Most of their videos don't seem to be. Okay. They cover politics. They don't appear to be like an e-girl. So, assumption incorrect on my part. This is a Christian conservative person. Good for them. Okay. But, okay, go on.
Traditional wife.
Tell me.
Number one, embracing ultra-traditional gender roles into your marriage. The man, he is the provider, the main breadwinner. He goes out of the house and works. The woman, the wife, she is the homemaker. She takes care of the home. She takes care of herself, and she does the cooking and the cleaning. Number 2, and I cannot stress this enough, you have to marry the right man.
No
If
kidding.
you marry a guy who in your dating life, he showed abusive and control tendencies, this is a disaster waiting to happen, because when you become financially dependent on this man, he will abuse all of that. So make sure that you take your dating life very seriously. If you are not dating to eventually marry that person, you're wasting your time.
That's fine advice.
Number 3, learn to cook, learn to clean, and learn how to host. I probably got in the kitchen at like 3 years old with my mom, and she taught me how to cook, how to bake. She taught me how to clean, although I could definitely progress on that. Cooking and cleaning are life skills that can benefit you and
This is a grift, but I don't care. It's a grift and I don't care. I've decided I don't care. It pisses off the right people. Grift away, sisters. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. I hope to see you live tonight, 5:30 Eastern, over on rumble.com/c/The Quartering, or just search up The Quartering on Rumble and or Quartercast on YouTube, both linked in the description, and we'll talk to you again real soon.